Hey, what's going on, Tharman? My name is Jack here with Mr. and Mrs. Leads. Thanks for trying out the site auditor. I hope you got some insight out of that. I wanted to follow up here with a video analysis of your website and to provide some further insight as a search marketer in terms of how what kind of things have been working out for you in terms of SEO and how we would be able to go about ranking you for some of the keywords that we want to target if we were to tackle this project all together. All right, so without further ado, let me go ahead and get started. The first thing I did was I pulled up your website here in a tool called Ahrefs. Ahrefs allows search marketers like myself to look at the metrics of a website and see what's been working out for you. What I can see right off the bat is you don't have a lot of referring domains and backlinks compared to some of your competitors that I've researched. In case you didn't know what a referring domain backlink is, it's basically any website out there that link back to your website via a hyperlink. And so if, for example, there's a blog out there that's called the itblog.com, and they mention your website and they say, if you're looking for IT services in Boston, check out computercorp.com. And if the person clicked on that link, it would take them directly to your website. So Google tracks all these backlinks, all these websites that are linking back to your website, and they use that information to determine how authoritative your website is. And authority, in turn, plays a big role in determining how highly you rank for the keywords we want to go after, as well as how quickly you rank for those keywords. Now, there's other nuances behind those ranking factors, but backlinks and referring domains play a big role in that. And it makes sense because in Google's eyes, when you have a lot of backlinks and websites pointing back to your website, it tells Google that you're the kind of website that other websites like to talk about, and you're the kind of website that other websites like to refer their own visitors to because they're basically like, hey, go check out this website, right? And so in Google's eyes, it's a very important trust signal, and because it affects your authority and your ranking so much, we need to make sure that we focus on this right off the bat. We need to continue building authority on your website by having more referring domains and backlinks. We want to shoot for about 300-400 referring domains on about 3,000-4,000 backlinks. That's really going to show Google that you are a key player in this space, and you deserve to be one of the top players and hold the top rankings for all the different keywords we want to go after. All right. So then let me take a look and see what kind of keywords you currently rank for. This is a really cool tool, by the way, Ahrefs. This is just a very powerful insight tool that lets us look at all kinds of things on here. And yeah, so let's see right here, Triton Technology. So you hold the number 9. Triton Computer. Is Triton Technologies another company? Triton Technologies. Okay, so it is. Teleservices, marketing, and direct response. It's a little bit different than from what you do because you do like IT stuff. But so I'm not sure if this would be exactly something that we would want to go after. But I mean, it still gets 900 searches per month, and we can absolutely rank you for this because you have the word Triton. You're just going to get a lot of, and you have Computer Corp. So that's a related phrase to technologies, and Google can recognize that. And you're probably can rank very quickly for this kind of phrase because you already hold the 17th position. We can quickly rank you for that. And you know what? I mean, even if someone's searching for Triton Technologies and you rank at that at the top, you know, maybe some of those visitors that are searching for that keyword might trickle into your website and then look at your services and be like, actually, I really needed this. This is exactly what I was looking for, not necessarily what I was looking from with the original website, Triton Technologies, which is fine. Like, I mean, if you go to a mall, right, and you were originally looking for some Nike shoes, and you knew the Nike shoe store was there, and on your way to the store, you noticed the Puma store, and you saw some nice pair of Puma shoes. You walk in, and you actually end up purchasing the Puma shoes instead of the Nike shoes. You know, that's just a part of business, right? Because that's just how it works. And so there's nothing wrong with us ranking for those kinds of keywords. But anyways, let me talk about some of the other keywords you could potentially rank for. It looks like you rank for, besides like right here, Triton Computer, um, there's a lot of keywords that you actually, that's not necessarily, like Google Partner Logo, you hold the 14th spot, Triton Phones, Cox Communication Logos. So there's a lot of like unintentional keywords that you currently rank. Maybe Worcester Technology might be decent to rank for. But besides that, there's not a lot of other keywords that are related to the services that you provide. Right. What I did right here in this tab, I searched up network services here, and I wanted to look at some of the metrics in that. And so instead of that, some of the keywords that we want to go after obviously is network services, right? It gets 1,300 searches per month. The issue that we're going to run into is that it has a decent amount of competition. With a keyword difficulty of 35, it's on a scale of 0 to 100, 100 being hardest. 35 is fairly difficult. So I'm not going to say it's impossible, but it's fairly difficult. Well, we can rank you for any keyword. It's just a matter of how much time, resources that you can allocate to this, because there's just competitors that out there that have been doing SEO for a while, and it's going to take us a good amount for us to outrank these guys that are already established for this keyword. Some of the other decent ones that actually get some decent amount of search volume is payment services, network services company. It's a great one. 0 KD, meaning very, very easy for us to rank you. Still gets 350 searches per month. And imagine what that could do for your business. Network cabling services, another decent one. 300 searches per month for keyword difficulty. Let's see. Network services provider. Maybe. Network services. Vital network service. Okay. So maybe some relevant, some irrelevant ones. The other keyword I typed in actually was by Boston IT, right? So turns out, I mean, IT services gets 5,300 searches per month. That's actually pretty decent, and it actually even has lower keyword difficulty than network services at 30. So that's a decent one, potentially something that we could go after. Boston IT support gets 250 searches per month. Right, and 12 keyword difficulty we can definitely do. Boston IT services as well. IT support Boston. So a lot of phrases that have to do with Boston and IT stuff that we could really help you out with and start ranking you for. IT support Boston MA. Yeah, so that kind of thing. And I mean, I only searched up Boston. You also serve what was it? Worcester, Providence, and Hartford. So I'm sure there's some search volume as well in those keywords that we could capture for those keywords as well. But ultimately, what we need to do is we need to make sure that we build the authority on your website, because that's just going to help push you in ranking for everything that you're already ranked for higher. So you get credit for those. And then what we need to do is we need to start figuring out exactly what keywords that we want to capture and start targeting your website for those keywords, right? So as an SEO company, our job really revolves around three main things, as well as other things, but three main things. So the first thing is to make sure that Google understands exactly what your website is about. So nowadays, it's not enough to make a website that looks nice and has a nice UI and is user friendly. You need to make sure that you have all the elements that Google's looking for. That way, you can start ranking it and start bringing in traffic to your website. So we need to make sure that Google understands exactly what your website is about, and it's not enough just to have like your services that you provide in your title tag and having it in some of the content. There's a host of other things that we have to do in terms of making Google understand exactly what your website is about. The second thing we need to focus on is making sure that Google understands exactly what keywords we want to capture. So some of the methodologies that have worked phenomenally well for our current clients that we could do for you is something like this. So if we wanted to go after network services, what we could potentially do is build out an inner page that specifically is targeting that keyword network services. So do you see right here, let's say that I click on this. Do you see right here? This is actually an inner page of your website. Your home page is this right here, tritoncomputercorp.com, and then /employment is your inner page, and this has employment in here. So instead of employment, I would actually build out an inner page that specifically, instead of saying employment, it'd say network-services. And then we would hash out the content on here, make sure that all the SEO elements are on there, and start ranking that page for the keyword. So when someone types in network services, it's not necessarily your home page that's going to rank, but it's that keyword that ranks, because you're going to get so much credit for having the keyword in your URL. I explained that earlier with your website and your brand name, and just by having that keyword in there, Google recognizes that, okay, this is the keyword that they have in their URL that's probably very relevant to the page, and then when the page has SEO elements in there where it talks about this kind of keyword and sprinkles in LSI and related keywords, then it's gonna, LSI stands for latent semantic indexing. You can Google that if you'd like. But once we have that kind of thing in your SEO and your content, then Google's gonna give you a ton of credit for that keyword and start ranking you for that. That's essentially what we could do for all the keywords we want to go after. So if we want to go after Boston IT support, I'd literally build out an inner page that says Boston-IT-support. Hash out the inner page for that keyword, and you're just going to get a lot of credit because you're telling Google exactly what keyword you want to go after. And that's the kind of thing that Google's really looking for, that a lot of companies out there that don't know SEO or haven't hired a good SEO company knows how to do. And so that's absolutely something that works well, that has brought phenomenal results and would absolutely work very well for your website as well. And so that's the kind of thing. Now, this has gone right above 10 minutes. I don't like to make it too much longer than 10. So I'll wrap it up here. There's a bunch of other things that I didn't talk about, like citations, watching out for keyword cannibalization, keyword stuffing, like it's like negative SEO elements. And oh, that's the third thing, by the way. Sorry, I'm jumping all over the place. But the third thing for a good SEO company that knows what they're doing is worth their salt is to watch out for negative SEO elements that are negatively impacting your SEO. And so that's the kind of thing that we would do. At this point, what I want to do is, Tharman, is basically ask you a few questions about what you're looking to do with the website, what kind of keywords you want to target, and then align our goals with your goals. That way, if we were to execute on this, you know exactly what we're doing, exactly what kind of results you're going to get with the implementation that we're doing. So I just want to ask you a few questions, like things like that, maybe your time frame, your marketing budget, and then hash out a plan of attack and go ahead and get started on this immediately. So appreciate it if you watched the video all the way through, Thornton. Hope at the very least you got some insight of it, and I look forward to talking to you soon, all right? All right, thank you.